Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, and your industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward.
Hello and welcome to Lifetime in Court. Oh my God, I forgot what I'm doing.
Take two.
Okay, got it. Hello and welcome to Lifetime in Court, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
Alex Mooreman.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel Wagner from Hallmarkies Podcast. I don't know if
That's
you want.
right.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. Rachel's here.
In the house.
Rachel.
Yeah.
I'm
We are
so-
cheersing to you right
We
now.
are cheersing to you, Rachel.
Yep.
We drink some rosé on the podcast,
We do.
and we're just so happy you're here. Rachel, for those of us who do not know Rachel, is kind of like before Lifetime in Court, there was your podcast, right?
Yep.
Holla.
I'm not sure which came first, but you were one of the. You were,
The chicken or the egg?
Right?
yeah, I remember seeing you very early on. So
Me too. And you had the YouTube going. I mean, you're rocking it.
Yeah.
Having a
OG,
blast.
baby. OG.
Talk a little bit about your podcast, Rachel, so our listeners can know, because we've been covering mostly Lifetime Christmas this week. So it'd be cool to see what you guys are doing over in the Hallmark universe.
yeah, so my friend Amber and I, we both realized that we love Hallmark cheesy TV movies, and so we started the podcast just about a year and a half ago, and we cover all things Hallmark. We cover the shows, we cover all the movies, and we just have a lot of fun. We try to post every single Wednesday as our main show. And then on Mondays, we try to have an interview of some kind, and it's just been really great.
And you're like actually interviewing people associated with Hallmark.
Wow.
Yeah, we've interviewed writers, of course, a number of the actors. We've interviewed directors, editors.
That's incredible.
It's been so fun, more than I could have ever imamed.
I mean,
No
seriously.
one wants.
No one wants to interview on our podcast.
I think people are scared. I think people are scared.
I'm
Hey,
scared of you, Drew. You
Are
are
you scared
very
of me?
intimidating.
Drew's scary. Drew's scary.
I'm not
he's
that
got
scary.
He's got that beard. Burly man.
and we
beard.
also have Alex here, who was on our previous episode, but she has graciously decided to stay.
Oh my God, I'm enjoying my night, guys.
Because Alex, your BF, John Mahoney, was supposed to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
And he got food poisoning.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Dun 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 dun. So yeah, he's kind of on a toilet right now, but I'm not supposed to say that. But yeah.
But he is.
But he is.
But he is.
And so yeah.
So, John, feel better. We're so sorry you can't be on the podcast,
So
but
sorry.
now we have Alex and Rachel here. And what is better than that?
What is better? 2 women, 2 men.
It's perfect.
Great.
It's the perfect dynamic
One
of
mic.
a podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
One mic. We're
One
only
mic.
on one.
We're
microphone.
all huddled over one mic right now, and it's great.
Sure. We love each other. So we're here today to talk about Christmas Everlasting, starring Patti LaBelle.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Tatyana Ali.
Yes.
Yes. DeAndre
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
Winifred?
Yeah.
I almost said Williams.
He was.
And Dennis Haysbert.
Yeah, it's a great cast, yeah.
It is a good cast.
Yeah.
Here's
Amazing cast.
the deal. This is Hallmark's Hall of Fame for the year. So
Okay,
Hallmark
okay.
Hall of Fame, Drew, you might remember from previous years that this is where Hallmark puts all their money. This is where they really they get the top-notch talent, the top-notch directors, top-notch writers. They really go all out.
They really throw it in there.
They do.
Is this like the train one from
Christmas Train was
Christmas
last
Train?
year with Dermot Mulroney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kimberly?
They had an earlier one this year called the Beach House. So they had 2
Oh.
We
Hall of
covered that
Fame
as
this
well.
year. Yeah.
With Chad Michael Murray and Minka Kelly.
almost
Oh my God,
exact
Chad
same
Michael
story
Murray.
as this movie.
You're right. Very true. So we're going to just jump right in. Drew, we're going to explain this to you so you
Okay.
know what's going on.
Yeah.
So we start off. Tatyana Ali is our lead person. I'm gonna call her Tatyana Ali.
Yeah, because I can't remember her character
It doesn't
name.
matter what her character name is.
It's a weird Lucy Toomey.
Yeah, Lucy.
Lucy is her character.
What a weird
Tatyana
last name,
sounds so
though.
much better to say.
Yeah, Tatyana.
And Tatyana Ali is in a Lifetime movie and a Christmas Hallmark movie. So she's doing both this season. So
Getting
I just
paid.
got to give her props for
Getting
doing
paid.
double duty.
Yeah.
Getting that money. And also, like, you know, she knows, she understands now, like, all right,
This is where I'm at.
It's a lucrative time,
Yeah.
the holiday season.
And
And
you know,
I'm here.
real quick thing, she's in Young and the Restless.
Yeah.
Which is my mom's favorite
Connection.
stories.
opera?
Wait,
Soap opera.
Tatyana Ali's in Young and the Restless?
Yeah.
She's been on there for
Oh,
a long
I didn't know
time.
that.
I didn't either.
She's getting around town, guys. She's like making a
She's
comeback.
a really
for real.
good
Dude,
actress.
she's nailing it. She's killing it, man. She's making tons of money.
So
Okay.
adorable.
Anyway.
So Tatyana Ali, the character, not the actress, is at a job. Okay,
A lawyer. She's a corporate lawyer.
she's a lawyer. She's doing lawyer
Lawyer in
things,
New York.
Business.
In New York City.
and she has a little sister or a big sister. Big sister. Sorry.
Yeah, big sister.
Big sister named Alice. Alice was in an accident, Drew.
Oh no.
It's really intense.
Okay.
Oh no.
And the accident left her sister brain damaged, maybe?
Yeah, of some sort. Like not. I don't think like full on vegetable. I think it was just like motor skills were inhibited.
Okay.
And
Whatever. The point is,
she wasn't
Alice
functioning.
is coming to New York to visit Tatyana
Yeah,
Ali.
they're going to the Nutcracker.
They're going to go see the Nutcracker. They're going to have a great sister time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until she fucking dies.
She dies.
What?
Suddenly.
Oh, she just straight
Just
up dies?
No.
The
no,
sister
also,
died.
The sister died. The sister was coming to New York. So Tatyana bought her a plane ticket to come to New York. And now, what do you do with that plane ticket? Non-refundable, probably.
She dies.
And she dies.
It was so shocking.
I think there's like a bereavement. Like
Oh,
if somebody
good.
dies, I think you can
You
get
get
it.
your money back? Well, hopefully, tell
yeah.
Spirit that. Someone tell Spirit that because that happened to me and I did not get my money back.
Spirit's
but that's
trash.
for a different
Spirit's
podcast.
trash. Spirit's not a
Spirit
sponsor of
is
this podcast.
Total trash.
So, Rachel, I have a
We
question.
do not.
You are very familiar with the synopses of the movies and stuff. Were you shocked by this as much as I was?
Shocked about what angle of it? About the sister dying?
Yeah.
No, in fairness, I actually read the book.
Oh,
good for you.
There's a book.
You
So I
you
knew-
knew.
I knew it
Holy
was the plot.
shit! You read the book?
This
I
is
did.
why I have Rachel on here.
This is Rachel.
The book-
Holy shit! You read the book?
She's
It's
dedicated.
Second Sister by Marie Boswick, and I think that they made a serious downgrade, which I understand why they did. But in the book, she's like a political consultant for this guy that she really believes in, and he actually ends up becoming president.
Oh,
That's way better
yeah.
than her being a corporate
You
lawyer.
have Dennis Haysbert in this movie, and you could have had him play. I mean, he's so iconic for playing the president. When
Yes.
you could have had President Palmer be her.
Literally. Oh my
what?
god. I'm
You
so
have
upset
Dennis
right now.
Haysbert and you didn't
Yeah.
make him the
president.
president of the United States of America?
My mind is blown, Rachel.
Rachel, then I don't.
Who do we
actually,
write? Who produced this?
I don't give
Can
a
I send a letter? I got a lot of feelings.
All right, you two.
Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck about the movie anymore. Just Rachel explained the book.
Can we
Right.
do a book club? Like how many?
Okay.
All right.
So, you guys, back on track. So, Tatyana Ali has to go back to Wisconsin to
Settle the
wrap up the
affairs.
estate with Alice's house. Okay. So, her parents both have died, or both their parents have died.
Yeah.
So,
In a car wreck, probably.
probably a car wreck.
On a ski resort.
But Tatyana Ali, when they were growing up together as teenagers, Alice was like the prodigy sister, and Tatyana Ali was in the shadows of Alice. Okay,
She was a
Alice
violinist.
played the violin. It's like that. My favorite movie, The Sisters, where the one sister plays the cello
and the other does drugs.
and the other does drugs.
The other one, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what. It's called Sisters, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That's usually how that goes. Yeah.
Right.
Story of my life.
So, anyways, so she's back there, and Tatyana Ali has a couple flashbacks, okay? So there's a flashback happening, and teenage Tatyana Ali is talking to her sister, who's just back from college. And the sister is like, hey, girl, we got to talk. I have something very important to tell you. And Tatyana Ali is like, I'm trying to talk to Peter.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into Peter's pants tonight. We're going to decorate a tree, quote unquote, decorate a tree.
Yeah.
A tree.
Oh, we know what that means.
We know what that means.
We do.
But that was so weird. I thought the way they because the flashback Lucy looked as old as Tatyana Ali to me.
I thought the same thing. I was like, why could we not have used Tatyana with longer hair?
Yeah.
This makes no sense.
Very true.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Hey, Hallmark has the budget to spend on extra actors, so good for them for hiring more actors of color in leading roles.
Well,
okay?
and I got that
Great
sweet
point.
tax credit in Canada.
Yeah.
That's right. So, Alice is like, we need to talk. And Tatyana Ali is like, I'm going with Peter to his house. Come pick me up later.
And that's when we'll meet. We'll talk. 10
True.
p.m.
There might be an accident that happens where Alice gets in an accident and gets brain damage going to pick up Tatyana.
Who knows?
And now
Maybe
Lucy
there will
blames
be.
herself. I had just spoken to her when she wanted.
Yeah.
Right. It's snowy. It's dangerous. So Tatyana Ali's uncle is there.
Drunk.
And he's like...
After that recital, you gotta
No, sorry.
gotta
This is
pour it
not
out.
Lifetime. This is not Lifetime.
All right. We're not Lifetime. We're Hallmark today. So, since Tatyana Ali is next of kin, she has to settle the estate for the house because the parents are gone, Alice is gone. Now the house is Tatyana Ali's.
Yeah.
And there's a funeral that happens, and Tatyana Ali doesn't realize that everyone in the town was so touched by Alice, okay? So she meets, everybody who's like, oh, she worked at a pet, not a pet cemetery.
A shelter.
A shelter. A pet cemetery.
Right. Rachel, that's why you're here. You're here to fact check.
Fact check. It was, in fact, not a pet cemetery.
It wasn't a pet cemetery. It was a pet shelter.
Sorry, Rachel. Our minds are just so in Lifetime so hard.
It
would be a pet cemetery in Lifetime. It would be.
It would be. So Tatyana Ali meets her Alice's friends, who are called Friends of Alice.
FOH.
A.
FOH.
Friends of Alice.
How did you feel about them?
Bad.
The Friends of Alice.
Bad.
Very bad.
Okay.
They were the worst people to ever exist.
And also, who decides that, if you're a friend of someone who's a person of color, we're just going to make a group and be a friend of that friend?
And she's mentally disabled, which is, very rude.
Very rude.
What?
So
It's a group of three white,
I have a black friend.
white skinny
Are
women.
you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Oh, here's our black friend, and we're FOAs for that down ass bitch.
I mean, I was fine with them being friends with Alice because whatever, people have different friends. But the fact that they were so rude to Lucy, and it's like she deserves to be able to grieve however she's supposed to grieve. You can't tell someone you're not grieving right. And that annoyed me.
Okay.
Well, right. And they were straight up rude, Drew. Lucy was like, oh, hi, you're friends of Alice. And I didn't know she had friends. And they're like, well, you're a dumb bitch and don't talk to us.
Yeah.
Basically.
They were bye.
They were so rude.
So rude.
But yes, more on them later. They'll come back. Don't worry, Drew. They'll come back.
Okay. Yeah.
And they might turn it around. You never know. So Peter is also at this funeral, okay? And Peter is Alice's lawyer. Okay.
And also Lucy's ex.
Did you guys
Tatyana's
recognize Peter, the actor?
From the no, what's he from?
He was a very memorable role on the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
He played Vanessa's boyfriend,
He
Robert.
did. Yes, he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's pretty famous.
Oh, I did not.
There's really famous scene with him and Cliff when he had been out too late with broke curfew with Vanessa, and Cliff keeps bringing the apples together. How close are you to my daughter? And he's like, closer. And he was a very memorable little stint on the Cosby Show. So I was so excited when I saw him.
How do you have this pop culture knowledge? You know so much stuff. I am obsessed with you right now.
It's just there. There's so much stuff that I wish that I knew, yet I know I know all of the Kardashians' names, and I've never seen an episode of the show. I don't know why that information is in my head.
I love
you don't, and you don't have to.
I love it.
You don't have to.
Well,
you just know that it just is
Just
there.
know it.
It's just there.
Well, and this is why the Hallmarkies podcast is so great, because you have such a wealth of knowledge, and you're always like you guys, when you're covering things, you're not like one episode like per podcast. You're covering like a bunch of shows at once.
Mm-hmm.
So
We do cover them in batches. So
I just love it.
fun.
I just think you have a wealth of knowledge, and you being on this podcast is just so enriching it, and I'm just loving it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
well,
all
anytime.
I'm saying.
Thank you.
Oh,
you
he also was on All My Children, so other stories.
well, there
Oh,
you go.
sure, yeah,
Just
yeah.
so
No,
you're aware.
Rachel, you'll be back for a lifetime. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
It's my
Yeah.
lifetime.
Okay, so the FOAs are not welcoming of Tatyana Ali, of course, but they are like, they're like, hey, Tatyana Ali, like, I might be jumping. I'm not going to jump there yet. I'm going to keep it on track. So Tatyana Ali is getting settled in the house. There's a cat that shows up, Mr. Freckles. And Mr. Freckles, Drew, looks just like your cat, Hot Rod.
Hot Rod. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's like a red tabby.
Yeah.
And Tatyana Ali is not getting along with Mr. Freckles.
Because, I mean, they're assholes.
Cats are hard,
I'll say
guys.
they're assholes.
But Drew, in my notes, I wrote, Mr. Freckles is an asshole, just like Hot Rod. So Peter helps Tatyana Ali, excuse me. I've had a lot of wine at this point. We're on episode 5 of 6.
of the day. Okay.
So he helps them kind of like get Hot Rod, Mr. Freckles.
Just call him Hot Rod.
Yeah, we'll call him Hot Rod from now on. He just like put the food out. He'll be fine. And then they decorate a tree together. And Peter is like telling Tatyana Ali, like, Nat King Cole's great, blah, blah, blah.
We all know this.
We all know this.
We all know Nat King Cole's great.
Well, also, the reason why she has to stay there is because Alice has put in
With a
her will
clause.
that she has to live in the house for 4 weeks, so she's not going to get it, which is like my favorite thing in the whole world.
Yeah.
Like I dream of having a will that manipulates my loved ones beyond the grave. That is my dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yes.
amazing.
Agreed.
And I would love to be on the receiving end of that. Just be like, oh, sorry, I can't come to work. We gotta just like
Look at this
chill.
will, yo.
Right.
Otherwise, I forfeit
It's a will.
$8 million.
And Tatyana Ali's boss is like, this is some bullshit. This is not
He's like, what are you gonna do after
legally
4
binding.
weeks? She's like, come back to New York, like, do my job, live my
Yes.
life again.
So the
But,
friend...
like, if you live in New York and you're a Hallmark movie, unless you like specifically have to like design a parade or something, if you
You're
live in New
saying.
York, you've basically gone over to the dark side.
Yeah.
You have lost your way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's true. Only the worst people
I mean,
live in
it's
New
just
York.
hot garbage there and
Sure.
tall buildings.
So the Friends of Alice group invites themselves over for a friendship quilt finishing because when Alice died, Drew, you're laughing, but it's not funny. When Alice died, and it was very sad when she died, Drew.
Right. I know. Yes, of course.
She had a friendship quilt club with her friends who tokenized her, and
sad.
Tatyana Ali has gotten roped into having them over to,
Make a
help
quilt.
finish the quilt.
A quilt.
A quilt.
A friendship quilt?
A friendship quilt.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
People do
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that is new to me. That is a
Drew,
new thing to
you
me.
know I work events, and I got promoted at my job, and I work events.
Yes, yes.
And I literally had a
Congratulations.
thank you. I literally had a meeting with a quilting club, and they came to my university, and they fucking quilted,
Well, I say.
and they're friends.
They're all friends.
Anyways, so
Okay.
ice skating happens. Peter tells Tatyana Ali that she's stuck in the past, or maybe the past is stuck in her.
Ooh, I love when they flip it like that.
That was deep.
It gets it real,
Yeah, it
like
was.
to the core. I almost that just like ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
And Tatyana Ali finds a notebook of self-portraits, so she thinks of Alice. So Alice is drawing pictures of herself because in her twisted, accident mind, she's just drawing pictures. I don't know. And she has a quilt thing. She has a bunch of quilts around the house made out to someone called Maeve.
Okay.
Maeve.
Oh,
Maeve.
a mystery.
It's a mystery, but it's not on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, just so you know.
That's a different channel.
It's on the real channel.
And Lacey is all about that.
So the friends of Alice show up to quilt, and of course they talk Tatyana Ali into helping them. And Tatyana Ali's like, I don't know anything about quilting. I don't know how to sew. I don't want to do this. But they somehow convince her, and Tatyana Ali has a breakdown, and she realizes that, she didn't really know Alice and like what her life was about, So
I get you.
But there's this whole Maeve thing. So she's like, who is Maeve? And she's like asking them, like, who's Maeve? And they're like, we don't know who Maeve is. We have no idea at all. Yes. So Peter might know who Maeve is, but he won't tell Tatyana Ali.
Oh, it hints that he knows.
He's like, I can't tell you who she is.
Secrets are no fun. Secrets help no one.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's this whole subplot about saving the McHenry's, whatever that was, restaurant/store.
Right.
And it was so funny to me because they're like, because the other thing that's a total dirty word in Hallmark is condos. If anybody who's thinking of putting up condos is like the worst person in the world.
Yeah, they're the worst.
And
Agreed.
so they're thinking of taking down this McHenry's and putting up condos.
In
And
the general store.
Yeah.
yeah, so and like the McHenry's, it didn't look like some kind of place that had been there for. It just looked like a restaurant. Like it didn't look that. I was
Right.
like, what? And I don't know, that whole part. I was just like, ugh, get rid of it.
Get rid of that.
it. I didn't need it. It was so boring.
Cut it.
It was like
Cut it out.
the Hallmark, like saving small businesses type of thing. And
Yeah,
they have a
it's
whole
so
montage where they're handing out flyers to save the thing, and they have to get enough signatures and blah, blah, blah. Totally unnecessary. But Peter invites Tatyana Ali to a party at his mom's house. And finally,
Yeah.
we get Patti LaBelle.
Yes. Patti LaBelle.
And I promised myself I have the clip of her in DC doing the terrible like version of White Christmas, and she's like singing and it's awful. And she's like, "Come on, people! Come on, everybody."
White Christmas.
Like her band doesn't show up, her
Yes,
backup
no,
singers
no.
don't show up. She's like, "Where are my backup singers?
doing it a cappella.
Where are my backup singers?"
Do it in the old
But
days.
it's Patti LaBelle, and she's a professional. She's
Patti LaBelle, well, I'm here and it's great. You love me. Yes.
yes,
Oh.
yes.
This was like such a waste. I mean, to only have Patti LaBelle as like the person who's hosting the dinner. Like, I don't think she even had really any significant lines.
No,
She didn't. She was.
She just was like there to have dinner at her house.
Yeah, but that mac
Patty-
and cheese though. So I make Patty's like mac and cheese for all my things.
For real?
Yeah.
For real, that's
What's
that's
the
my dish.
recipe? Tell me what makes it special.
Okay, so it's 5 cheeses.
Okay.
Gruyere.
It's a not Gruyere, but it is sharp cheddar, mild cheddar, Colby Monterey Jack, Munster, and Velveeta. And then I do I layer it. I do 3 layers.
Okay.
And I layer all the cheeses with the macaroni.
That's
and then
right.
I do half and half. Then I do butter, and then I do pepper, not salt, pepper, seasoned salt. And then I put all that in there, and then I bake it for 40 minutes.
And then
it's incredible.
shit
And then you
for
Delicious.
True.
days straight.
literally delicious.
Oh, no, just me.
Yeah,
Just me.
just you.
I do.
Are you lactose intolerant? Then you should not eat it. So sorry for your life, but it's bomb. So
No,
yeah,
that
but
sounds
Patty's given me so much life, not only through music but through food. So.
Right. Well, good. I'm glad. And I wish you would have brought some to today's
I could have. I
podcast.
should have.
I'm hungry.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst.
I've literally been drinking wine for 4 hours now.
I knew this.
Did you see, Patrick? Did you see the Tia Mowry one this season on Lifetime?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, that was what we were talking about earlier this
Tonight.
day.
It kind of reminded me of the same way that they advertised the, Jack A and Tim Reed being on that movie, and
Yeah.
they were like waving at the crowd, basically, is
Right.
hardly all we got.
Be-
And I don't know, I'm kind of sick of that. Like, if you're gonna have them on the poster, they need to have like some dialogue and some like
Right.
they need to be in the movie.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Agreed.
And for sure, like Patti LaBelle was just like cashing a paycheck.
Yeah, you know it. And she's like, "Don't give me no lines. I can't remember them." but I'm here.
It was
Sure.
like,
I'm here to host tonight. So can I sing something? Because that's about all I'm going to do.
here, welcome to my house. That's all she did.
Yeah.
So Tatyana Ali and Peter, they like have a thing where she's like blaming herself for what happened to Alice. And Peter's like, you got to forgive yourself.
It's not your fault.
And it's not your fault. And he's like, you know what? I think I might have jumped here. There's some part where there's ice fishing, right?
Oh, yeah. He's into ice fishing. Yes, he is. That's his other hobby.
I think
Yeah.
I think I jumped something. Is ice fishing? Is that a thing?
And also his family does something called Cookie Moss, which
Yes.
sounds exactly as it sounds. A Christmas about cookies.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So it turns out that Maeve is Alice's daughter.
Ooh.
True.
Yeah, that's the big reveal.
She had a baby.
She had a baby.
She had a baby.
So back in the day when young Alice was telling young Tatyana
I
Ali,
have something to tell you.
Did she have a baby when she was 10?
Maybe 12.
12.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just making
A
sure.
teenager.
Yes,
It's
that's like-
1874. Did we not tell you this? This
It's
is
after-
happening in 1874.
All right.
So,
Oh, this is a period.
so
No,
it's-
she's supposed to be 20 when she had the baby.
The age,
Okay.
yes.
So the girl, I think, is supposed to be like 13, 14, something like that.
It's still, that can make sense.
But
still.
Peter
It's just-
knew
makes
all
total
along,
sense.
and he arranges for a meeting with Tatyana Ali and Maeve to meet. And what happens is the front of house girl, or front of house, oh my God, I keep saying that because it's FOH.
front of house.
But it's
Server life.
Sorry.
Yeah.
FOA girls are like, okay, like Tatyana Ali, like you need to like, you know, be there for Alice and like do the quilting club and blah, blah, blah. And Tatyana Ali is like, okay, like we're going to do this. We're going to get these quilts ready. We're going to give them to Maeve because she's my niece.
Yeah.
And Maeve comes over and she's like, oh my God, tell me more about my mom. And the girl, the front of FOA girls,
Front of house girls.
friends of Alice, they're like, oh, yeah, your mom was great. It's so weird you're her daughter. And that's it.
It's so problematic.
It is.
so problematic.
It's like,
I-
Maeve is like, I need more information.
Yeah, my head is in my hands right
I'm
now.
gonna need something else with this. Please.
And
These are
like,
not good
it turns
people.
out the drawings that Alice had done were what she was envisioning Maeve to be as a grown woman. Okay.
Had she been placed up for adoption? Placed for
Unclear.
adoption.
Unclear in the story.
Yeah. Oh, no, I thought it
I
was
thought you
definitely
were going to
clear.
say on clearance.
She
and I
talked
was
about
Oh.
her parents.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
At a certain point later, I think she even introduces them to her parents.
Okay.
Pretty sure at the party at the end.
Hey.
So
I drink
In the
wine.
book-
I drink wine when I watch these. You read the book.
in the book, Rachel, is this how it plays out or a little different? Is the
Pretty
book
much,
online?
yeah.
Okay. They
pretty
got
much,
this
yeah,
right.
it's
They got this right. Okay, good.
yeah, none of the Save the McHenrys is in the book, which is
Stupid.
a serious
Dumb
plus
plot.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They saved McHenry's, Drew, by the way.
Yeah. By using the word rights.
Right.
They use the word rights and that's how they save it.
So Tatyana Ali, they go to McHenry's, and the friends of Alice are like, okay, so we're changing our name of our group to Friends of Lucy, which
Oh.
is Lucy's name, or
Oh.
Tatyana Ali's name in the movie.
FOL.
Yeah.
So they're
Oh.
like, we're going to be the FOLs now, not the FOAs. And Tatyana Ali's like, that's nice.
But
Why?
also why? And problematic. Look at my black friend. Let me just advertise to everyone that I'm a friend of them.
It
Yeah.
was really weird.
What
and
the
like,
Weird.
What the fuck is happening?
right, Drew.
It's weird.
Drew. It was like super tokenism of a black friend to be like, hi, black friend. Your sister died and she had mental problems and whatever. And she was in an accident. And we
We wanna
loved her. We
support
loved
you.
her. But we're going to just like support you now. And we're going to just change our group name to FOL.
What the fuck is
Why?
What
Yeah.
is the
And it was
Why?
a big thing. And Tatyana Ali is supposed to be like, oh, thank you
Thank you, white woman, for changing
Oh
your
my
name to
God,
support
it was
me
awful.
as a black woman.
Who wrote this?
A white man.
I
A
looked
white
it up,
man.
and it isn't a white man. It's a white man and a white woman.
It's both a white man and a white woman.
I looked it up because I was like,
team. Okay, great. So yeah, white people wrote this. So
Right.
wonderful.
a white couple.
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll
Okay.
talk
Yes.
about it.
Sorry.
But I
sorry.
would think I was surprised that she didn't just say, you know what, let's just keep it Friends of Alice so we remember her.
Right, and
like,
we're
as a
all friends
tribute
of
to her.
Alice.
Or let's just disband it all together and be like, let's just be friends. How
Yes,
about that?
let's just be
not
friends.
have
Yeah,
a
you're
group.
not 11. You don't need a club name.
Let's just,
Yeah.
let's be friends.
So Peter and Alice
Yeah,
kiss.
we don't need to make a gang
We
out of
don't.
it.
All
we
right, all
literally
right.
don't, okay?
Okay,
Let's
okay.
not get tattoos. Okay.
Peter
Yeah.
Peter and Alice
Go on.
kiss under the mistletoe, and that's the end of the movie. Okay.
Yep.
So that's what happens. So
They kiss.
on the podcast, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. I'm going to start with Alex, and then we will go to Rachel, and we'll go to Drew, and then to me.
Okay.
So Alex, what are you going to do to this movie? Pour it
I'm
up. pour it
putting a cork in this.
And
again,
why?
I don't like tokenism.
Sure.
And I feel like there's no need to like brand names of a specific racial group to legitimize your friendship with them and show the world that you are not a racist because you have a friend. I have a black, so I'm good to go, guys. I'm with the people because
I got a
I'm a
black.
friend of a black. So I'm gonna put a cork in this. As much as I love Tatyana Ali and like what a great cast. I love me some Patti LaBelle.
That's
Thank you
right.
so much for your mac and cheese, Patty. If you ever hear this, you are a hero of mine. But you can do better. All of you can do better.
That's right.
And I'm putting a cork in it. So Tatyana Ali, until next year
That's right. Or a lifetime.
or lifetime.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rachel, what are you going to do to this movie?
I was really torn because I agree the friends were terrible and I didn't like McHenry's plot and I didn't like Patti LaBelle's cameo and not having more to do. But I actually thought that Tatyana Ali nailed some of the more weighty moments, like when she's talking about how she turned away from Peter because she felt like it was her fault, the accident, and I thought that she did a good job. I got the feels, I guess, in those scenes, and I thought they had pretty good chemistry. I liked the little scenes in that ice house; they were pretty cozy, I thought.
Yes.
And so I'm right in the middle on it, but I think I say pour it up. I think that the strengths for me were just a hair better than the weaknesses.
Sure.
Oh, that's fair.
And don't doubt your
Yeah,
opinion.
don't doubt like your
Rachel,
opinion
like-
is your opinion. You are a strong, independent woman, and I want you to know that. And whatever you believe is your right, because rights are important,
That's
especially
right.
in this movie.
That's right.
Rights
Yeah.
save
I was
McHenry.
really
So
conflicted though. That was I was
Yeah.
back and forth.
It's
that's life. you
Since
know?
there isn't a made up, I have poured up.
Let's pour it up, baby. We're gonna cheers to pouring it up.
And Drew, what are you going to do to this movie?
Put a cork in it.
Okay, and why?
Well, because like, I wanted to pour it up because it's like Hallmark trying to have POC going on.
Yep.
But I think they kind of failed on it in terms of like the writing. From what you guys are telling me, and I
kinda
got
fucked up.
real confused, but like by the things you guys were telling me. So mostly I pour it up or put a cork in it based on, you guys explain it to me.
Sure.
So put a cork in it because
Okay.
of how it was given to me.
And I am going to pour it up. I'm going to pour it up.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Because
Wow. Yep.
here's my thing. I know Hallmark has come a long way to get here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got
That
here.
is true.
And
That's
we are here and it's happening. And this is the first step to something better. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And who better to usher that in than Tatyana Ali and Patti
You're right.
LaBelle? And I feel like with the material they were given, they did the best they could.
Fair.
There's
Hallmark-
just so much more work to do.
It is.
But I'm
Hallmark,
sorry, yeah.
what I'm going to say to you, Hallmark, right now, is that you need to hire people of color to write and direct your
and produce
movies.
your movies.
The talent is not enough.
No.
The talent is the first step. The
Yeah.
talent is what you're going to do to
The talent is the last step. Can we we gotta
True.
someone's gotta write
True.
it, someone
You're right.
produce, direct it, and then we gotta hire
I'm
a
saying
POC cast.
as far as optics go,
Yeah.
Hallmark has been under the heat lamp for this for a long ass time,
It's
and they
2018,
knew it was
baby.
coming. I know
They
it's
knew.
2018.
They knew. Yeah.
This should have been happening in 2000 and never. It should have been happening in 1983.
1872, people. When
right.
Hallmark was
When
invented,
Hallmark
we should have
first
had our
happened.
first inaugural movie regarding Harriet Tubman. Okay, that's how this should have gone.
Yeah.
What I am saying is that we had a gay character on Hallmark, which is a big step. We have POCs in leading romantic roles, and that is something to be celebrated.
Yeah.
And could it be done better? Yes, it could.
Yeah.
Could Hallmark hire diversity behind the scenes? They
could.
sure can. But we will get there, and
We'll get there.
and Michelle Vicari, come on the podcast. We'll talk to you about it, and I'm happy to have you on the podcast.
One day at a time.
One day at a time. So I think that wraps up our conversation about Christmas Everlasting.
Christmas everlasting.
But-
Because doesn't it everlast Christmas?
It does. But before we go, we have a
Had nothing to
favorite
do with
segment
me.
of this week and every week.
So good.
Yeah.
What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. On my wedding day, catch the bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace Cameron Bure. Drinking rosé, eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yeah. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure.
Okay, what you say, Candace Cameron Bure. So we watch a clip of Candace's Instagram, and then we talk a little bit about her and her Instagram.
Yeah.
Rachel, while I have you here before we play this clip, do you have any thoughts about Candace Cameron while we're here in this podcasty time?
I'm fine with Candace Cameron Bure. I mean, she's definitely one of the queens of Hallmark.
Of course.
But yes, and she does work incredibly hard. She makes so much content. It's pretty incredible. Between the Fuller House and the Aurora Tea Garden movies and her books and her things, she's a very hard worker. So I give her that. And she seems. I have no issue with Candace personally, but I get why other people. She rubs them the wrong way.
Sure.
So.
And you're hard pressed to find anybody who's worked with her who has anything bad to say about her.
That's right.
True. I don't know.
Because she pays them off. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just
It's
kidding.
important to be rich in this town, people.
So we will play a clip from Candace's Instagram and we'll talk about it. Rachel, I'm not sure if you can hear it, but so we're just playing a little clip of her on the night of Shoe Addicts Christmas. So we will play
Great.
the clip and we will talk about it. And here is the clip.
It's on, it's on, it's on! Shoe Addicts Christmas! Hey, that's me! Yay, turn it on, just started!
So she's literally watching her movie and talking about it.
Live tweeting during...
She's
Oh my
live
gosh,
tweeting.
That dog is so cute. By the way, there's nobody in my house. It's just me all alone. My husband and his friend are outside not watching the movie. I think maybe Natasha and
Yeah,
Max
no
are
one
home.
wants
I'm
to
pretty
watch
sure
it,
they are,
that's
but
why.
nobody's joining me. Maybe they're
So
watching
Candace
alone.
is watching
signal.
alone.
It's my hope
No one's
that
watching
they're
with her.
not. I just don't think they are. But oh my gosh, it's almost on again.
I couldn't.
In fairness, I think she's on set for Aurora Tea
No,
Garden.
she's not. She's in her home.
She's in her house.
She's literally in her
She is
home.
straight
She's not in a hotel.
No, she's sitting on her
Did I
couch.
keep any of these shoes
Not this
from
time.
the movie? Well,
sitting
most
on her
of the shoes were
couch.
actually mine that I brought. I brought about 30 pair in a suitcase.
Oh, the shoes were hers, so the budget was real low.
So, okay,
So,
so
good to know.
Candace is at her house. She's watching her movie, and she's like, "Okay, everyone, I've gotten a lot of questions, and people want to know if I got to keep the shoes, and the shoes were mine.
And so I did. because
so
I
I
brought them
did.
to set.
So yes, I brought the shoes.
They were
Yeah.
like, we could buy the shoes. You have to give them back, or you could bring your own and you get to keep them. And she was like, definitely the latter. So
What I love is that she was promoting on Instagram all day. She had her kids hyping up the movie. She had Natasha Bure not hyping up the movie. Natasha Bure was like, "No, I don't want to talk about the movie,
I'm
Mom."
gonna work, Mama. I'm gonna work.
But then she's watching by herself, just live tweeting, and that's so
sad. That's so sad. Cameron, I know you got a per hour friend that you pay. You know,
Yeah.
an assistant,
Get
a
your assistant over there,
maid,
girl.
Just someone that you can put some lipstick on to be like, this is
be
so
alone.
enjoyable. But she literally admitted to being alone and how her husband was outside with a friend that he brought over because he didn't want to watch this either.
I know.
And he needed backup to not watch it.
You get it, Drew. If Candace
They're
Cameron
probably
was
in the backyard smoking a fucking joint,
Agreed.
like being like,
allegedly,
He's like, thank God you're here. I have a reason not to be in there.
I have a joint. It's like,
Okay.
Did you get that joint?
all right.
You got that joint out?
Okay. So, we're at the end of the podcast. It's the pluggy time of the podcast.
Pluggy
Let's
time.
start with Rachel.
Yeah.
Rachel, do you have anything you'd like to plug? Maybe your podcast or anything else?
Yeah, make sure you're following us at Hallmarkies Podcast. And we, like I said, we do at least every Wednesday, usually Mondays and Wednesdays. And then we'll start covering When Calls the Heart when it starts. And we just have a lot of fun. And I think you'll really enjoy it.
Great.
Wonderful. Thank you so
You
much
will.
for being here.
Yes, you were a delight.
I know.
This was really fun.
Bring in
I had a
all
great
the
time.
knowledge.
Bring in all the knowledge. Boom.
And the
Anytime.
The pop
Anytime.
culture knowledge. It drives me crazy that you knew Peter was from Cosby Show.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh,
I
the
love
minute
it.
I saw him, we need all the good Cosby Show news we can get
Yeah,
these
as,
days,
as
right?
much as we can
Yeah,
get.
all the
It was a
good
pivotal show, and it's sad there's just a dark cloud over it now.
All right. That's right. That's right.
Moving forward, though.
Alex, would you have anything you'd like to plug in this pluggy time?
Yeah, well, I have the Not That Late Show, which is a monthly late night-esque show. We have musical guests and a comedian and a bunch of sketches, which is this coming Wednesday, which is what month are we in? November 28th. But starting the new year, January, we are the fourth Thursday of every month. Not That Late Show, 8 p.m. at the Under the Gun Theater, also known as Lincoln Lodge. And then also every Friday, starting the new year, January, 8 p.m. at Laugh Out Loud Theater with Big Shoulders Comedy.
And Drew, anything to plug it that's pluggy time?
Man, just get on my Instagram. I have pictures of my cat and shit.
Oh my god.
Oh, I also have an Instagram now. I'm one of those like old women that like just figured out what IG was.
Good.
So my Instagram handle is Alexandria Elise M.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, I post every 6 weeks, so look out for that.
And Drew, where can we find you?
It's Drew, but with pants on Instagram.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all for being here so much. Great episode of Christmas Everlasting. Really, really good job,
Great,
everyone.
yeah.
And thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lightstream and Court. We watch these movies so you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. Check me out at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Lightstream and Court. Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. 100 for the holidays, please. And also, check out our website, lightstreamandcourt.com. We got a blog post on every movie. I watch 18 movies, so you don't have to, okay?
There you go.
All right, that's it. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Boom, 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 boom.